Good afternoon. My name is Gary Duncanson, and I'm the president and CEO of No Magic, and I would like you all to join me in celebrating this 20th anniversary of the OMG, and we'd like to thank our sponsors here who is providing us this wonderful location in Costa Rica to provide our 20th anniversary celebration of the OMG. I am here today to speak to you on preserving the corporate memory, which I believe is a topic that is becoming more and more important to all of us as it is to corporations. As people come and go from their positions, we tend to lose that knowledge that walks out the door with them. We lose corporate memories in many ways. Raise your hand if you've ever left a company and walked out the door with some kind of special knowledge that no one else knew, only you had that knowledge. Especially with this group of folks here at the 20th anniversary of the OMG, I think we all could raise our hands. Knowledge loss from people coming and going from projects and companies can be devastating, as devastating as losing your hard drive or having it go up in flames. And a lot of this knowledge can be lost forever. Like it or not, at times you may find yourself or your team looking back at your roadmap when you lose a key employee that was your guide in a particular area of expertise. But every time we lose an employee, we do lose some knowledge. And we have to retrace our tracks, or even here as it says, go back to square one. Some journey on though, despite the loss, and of course, that route could lead to failure. Your company would be much better off finding another way to create success. These days, an agile, model-driven enterprise is all about documenting your organization's processes, procedures, and workflow, as well as making modifications to those to change direction over time. Without knowing where you are, it's hard to know where you're going. At No Magic, we have a rule. If you don't know where you're going, don't leave. Having an agile business now means the capability to change. And the agile methodology has now morphed, fostering an environment that includes solution and tools with long-term data retention has become even more important. But not all corporate memory is preserved very well. Some, like jerky, it's preserved that way. Some corporate knowledge is like bad jerky, chewy and chewy in a bad way. Some corporate preservation just does not make it to the next stage of even the same project. The pharaohs thought that mummification would help them in the next life. Based on the evidence, all it did was make celebrities out of them at museums. Of course, they used to use this little hook to pull out the brain. I guess they really didn't understand the purpose of the brain at that time, and that's where the memories are kept. Our model at No Magic is, when in doubt, model everything, because you never know what you'll need in the future. More knowledge is better. Corporate memory. What is business? Is it the products? Is it the service? Is it even the software, hardware, or the buildings? We at No Magic happen to believe that the value of the business is the knowledge that drives your business every day. Your company is the training you give your people, the process that builds your products, the procedures that keep the company running, and the knowledge that drives your business decisions. This is your corporate memory. But requirements do have issues. As a core part of corporate memory, this is one area that always needs a lot of work. The original Agile methodology gurus have fought this by eliminating formal requirements. Of course, this too has failed. Sure, there are a lot of successful stories here and there, but the only time you ever get success is generally on small projects with a cohesive and excellent team. The problem, though, is the team. It is hard to ensure consistency. The other problem with the old idea of Agile has been the push away from long-term knowledge. Show me an Agile project that goes on for several years, and I'll show you a success in the first 6 months and an increasing failure as the core team gets dissolved over time. Old Agile also ignored the corporation and concentrated on software. There are problems with corporate memory. One of these is that sometimes we just simply forget. Sometimes because we do, but other times it's a convenient dementia. We write down requirements, but then sometimes we just throw them away as we forget them. We invented the notion of requirements to battle dementia for development. You could lose an employee in a lot of ways also. They might take up another profession, say truck driver, or go back to school to get retooled as the economies change. But what kind of work are we talking about? We need to capture information. We need to understand the business processes. We need to correct and modify those processes over time, and we need to continuously re-educate our people on our corporate process. Preserving the corporate memory sounds like a good idea, especially in times like these. We need to do more with less resources. The question, though, is the method. Not all preservation techniques preserve the memory or allow you to successfully transfer it. We don't claim to have all the answers, but at No Magic, we believe in hard work. And that's how we got the corporate name. There is no magic, just hard work and just technology that works. Here we've taken our best expert and preserved his brain for future use. Being an old Purdue fraternity guy, this comes near and dear to my heart. When it comes down to it, Faber College did have it right. Knowledge is good. The hard work is the education that you do to document and understand your business. But education alone isn't, Animal House. We all have seen these golden arches before, and we all know these golden arches. I personally learned a lot from my early process skills growing up in my family's business. We had a large drive-in restaurant in the Chicago area in Northwest Indiana. One thing about the restaurant business, if you do not have a good process and follow through, you will be out of business and out of business in a hurry. We had this business for over 30 years. Do you think that their corporate memory is their food at McDonald's? If corporate memory is their food, then it gets eaten every day. Everybody loves McDonald's, even our little friend here. And yes, the food is pretty tasty. But why is it a success? Simply, there are no surprises. If you travel a lot, odds are you will do a McDonald's in a pinch because you know the menu and the quality is always there. It always, always, always is the same no matter where you go. McDonald's is consistent. The founders wrote everything down at McDonald's. They even started a university because they knew information and training was so important. Nothing is left to chance. If you own a McDonald's franchise, you own a carbon copy of any McDonald's you have ever been in. If you have a Big Mac, it tastes like a Big Mac. That's because new employees are trained on how exactly to put together the Big Mac, and the ingredients are jealously made to be consistent. Even when our ingredients come from the local farmer in Russia or even outside LA. I know for a fact that a Chicken McNugget tastes the same in at least 20 states, as well as many countries like France, UK, Lithuania, and even Thailand.